Hello, friends and family. We had some questions from you about why you hadn't heard from us in a while. And the reason is because we went off the ship and were on shore for almost a month. We're back on the ship now. Initially, we weren't planning to share our experiences when we were off the ship, but as we thought about it, maybe there's some things we did and some places we went that you'd be interested in as well. So this will be pretty brief because we haven't done as good a job of chronicling as we went along, but I do hope you'll enjoy it. This is Catalina Island with a rare picture of Jim with the casino in the background, and even further in the background is our ship. It was very exciting to be pulling under the Golden Gate Bridge from the perspective of the ship. We got a few pics that people took from land as well. The birds also loved our ship in San Francisco. And we had a chance to get off and go to Pier 39 where we saw the sea lions. Pat picked us up in San Francisco and hosted at their lovely home in Los Altos. One of our adventures there was hiking the PG&E Trail, which turned out to be a lot longer and a lot steeper than I remembered it. We saw beautiful Bay Area views, including Hoover Tower and Stanford neighborhood where I used to live. We flew to Ohio for the wedding of Alex and Kimberly Para. The rain held off until she walked down the aisle, and then the heavens opened up. So it should be a very lucky marriage. All of the guests embraced it. It was ever so much fun. We danced in the wet grass, and again, a good time was had by all. They are a beautiful bride and groom. The next place we visited were our friends in Novato, California, Lori and Arthur. They kept us very busy with wining, dining, and hiking. This picture is of the Presidios, which is a new and amazing park. We also hiked other areas of Golden Gate Park that included the cemetery for American veterans. Um, Again, great views of the Golden Gate Bridge and San Francisco itself, which was in a local hike near their home in the wetlands. Of course, we also did wine tasting at one of the restaurants in Sausalito, the seaside. We watched kayakers and paddleboarders go into the San Francisco Bay as the sun was setting, back as the sun was rising. We also went to Bodega Bay for some hikes. So again, they kept us very busy. Next place we stopped was Redding, California, to visit my dear friend Missy. We managed to make it to a No Kings protest in Mount Shasta. We did a lot of hiking out of Mount Shasta or around Mount Shasta, saw some beautiful wildflowers, some amazing distant views of mountains and lakes, and got some great exercise hiking straight up a mountain and straight back down again. While we were finishing up our trip to California, our ship was sailing in our experiences was a lot of whale sightings. At this point, a lot of people on the boat totally interested in seeing whales because they saw so many during that time. We ultimately joined the ship again in Homer, Alaska, after lots of plane trips, bus trips, taxi rides, and lugging luggage all over the place. I was more than happy to come back on the ship, unpack once. Just before boarding the ship in Homer, Alaska, we spent a couple of days at a B&B. They're about complete with moose in the wintertime and sandhill cranes in the summer, with the beautiful mountains and clouds in the distance. This is the small boat harbor at Homer, and there's a big boat there. That big boat would be ours. Lots of crazy birds and boats and sky and other. Another look at the sea otter, and kind of the background behind him is just absolutely beautiful. This is the small boat harbor at Homer. This is Bishop's Beach, which is a place locals like to go, with beautiful wildflowers, driftwood, mountain views, long beach, big tides. It also reminded me that our book club on the ship just finished reading The Great Alone by Christine Hanna, which takes place very close to Homer, Alaska. Great book. I would recommend it for any book club. Another shot of Bishop's Beach, and the tide is actually in right now, so when it's out it extends way out along the sand. The Homer Museum was amazingly good. This was one of my favorite displays, which was symbolic of DNA and heredity and featured strong local Alaskan women and told stories about their mothers and grandmothers. The sunsets in Alaska just seem to go on forever. The sun didn't really set until after midnight, but we got beautiful colors in the sky, often very brilliant and dramatic, such as this one. I snuck out at 11 o'clock tonight in between Homer and Anchorage, Alaska, hoping to see the northern lights, and this is what I saw instead. We're having grilled salmon today in Kodiak. So it's a nice time to be eating outdoors on the deck and enjoying the beautiful scenery. We had a big party when we crossed the international date line, and now we're wending our way toward Japan. We've completed 5 sea days out of 10, and they've all been full of fun. So we'll talk to you next time. Bye now.